Welcome back, everyone, and it's a very good time to come back because, as you could probably glean from the title of the video, it's another unboxing I'm doing. And this time it's an unboxing for a game that I've actually been on kind of in the, what's what I'm looking for? Edge of, I guess. It's not really the best term to use, I suppose. What I mean is, I've kept my eye on it for a little bit, but I don't really know much about it. I was interested in it when it was first announced, when I first saw it, but I didn't really keep up with the news for it, but I don't know. I have it with me now. I've been wanting it for a little while, and now I'll get to unboxing it. Bravely Default Collector's Edition. Uh, yeah, I was like I said, I was interested in the game a little bit. I heard good news about it. I remember when they first put the trailer up for the game online. I was actually somewhat well, very impressed with it actually. Namely because it was a classic RPG, JRPG rather, coming from Square, where that seems to be in short supply nowadays because of Square's mentality that we need to make everything as I don't know modern, I guess, or streamlined in order to fit in with I don't know, just classical, not classical interpretations, but modern interpretations of what a game needs to be. And that's not the case with Bravely Default. Bravely Default, it is the classic JRPG formula, which has been in short supply on consoles these days. JRPGs have seen a resurgence on handhelds with the Vita and the 3DS, and Bravely Default is a prime example of that. For those who don't know, Bravely Default was made as a spiritual successor to a game called Final Fantasy: The Four Heroes of Light, which came out on DS, I think 5 years ago. I think it was. Uh, for the Four Heroes of Light was kind of an entry level game for people who may be new to JRPGs, and it's pretty bare bones. From what I know of it, it is better story wise, I think, than maybe the first three Final Fantasies, which were bare bones themselves. Particularly the first two games. Three was definitely better on the story department. Uh, Square was working on the sequel to the Four Heroes of Light, and that eventually worked itself into Bravely Default. Rather than doing a direct sequel to that game, decided to make a spiritual successor, and Bravely Default was the result of that. Uh, so the game, much like with its spiritual predecessor, the Four Years of Light, and I guess you could say Final Fantasies 1, 3, and 5, uh, put you in control of four heroes, four youths yeah, there we go, who are journeying to save their world from chaos and destruction and such. Uh, if the artwork for the game is extremely reminiscent of the first six games in the series. Because again, like I said before, it goes back to classic JRPG roots for the Final Fantasies. And well, actually, maybe not even the Final Fantasy franchise. Maybe I think JRPGs as a whole, or Japanese role playing games as a whole, really. It uses the classic job system that you saw in Final Fantasy V. Well, technically speaking, Final Fantasy 3. Well, technically speaking, Final Fantasy 1, really. But that wasn't really a job system. That was just picking four different classes to form your party out of at the beginning of the game. 3 introduced the job system to the series for the first time, and then 5 refined that even further. Now, Bravely Default takes that same job system and goes a little further with it. To what extent, I honestly don't know, really. I played the demo uh, once a while ago. I don't remember much. If you finish the demo, you can bring all your content over to the actual game. So I'll need to get back to that. Let's see. Embark on the ultimate fantasy RPG for Nintendo 3DS. Okay. Explore the vast world of Luxembourg as a warrior of light. Okay, well, so yeah, it is going back to the roots of the 1, 3, and 5, Warriors of Light. And I guess the Four Heroes of Light, again, this is a spiritual successor to that game. Uh, Battle. Form flexible strategies by combining jobs and abilities. Time your turns tactically with the new Brave and Default system. A new breed of turn-based command battle has arrived. Alright, well, popping the game up. Connect. Use Summon Friend to call friends' characters into battle. Use Ability Link? Some sort of portmanteau. To borrow their abilities. Okay, yes, that's right. So, use Ability to borrow their abilities. Rebuild your home village using the Street Pass feature. Be part of the community in this fresh take on the single player RPG. Okay, well, we'll see how that works out. Let's see. Set includes the Bravely Default game, Bravely Default original soundtrack, mini album. Okay, that's cool. Oh, an art book. That's cool. Bravely Default art book, and 34 AR cards. Ugh, I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I never got into augmented reality. I toyed around with it the first time when I got my 3DS, but I very quickly just lost interest in it. Uh, yeah, it didn't interest me much. I don't think too many games took advantage of it. Although maybe I just didn't play too many games. I did take advantage of it. I don't know. Augmented reality is kind of meh for me. Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance had augmented reality, but again, I barely used that. It was kind of a ham-fisted way in order to get you to train your spirits up in the game, which is fine. You know, having a mini game to train your spirits up, make them more powerful, make them more useful in battle. But augmented reality, I don't think was really necessary for that. It seems kind of, it's kind of like, well, let's say maybe the rear touchpad for the PlayStation Vita or the Kinect for Xbox or seemingly the touchpad for the DualShock 4, which I had a lot of hope for. I hope that will get used a lot more, but that's apparently just turning into the new select button for the DualShock 4. But more on that later. I'm saying that augmented reality isn't something that I was really into, and although 34 AR cards is something generous, I'm appreciative of that. I don't think I'm going to use them. I have to see what sort of augmented reality stuff is in this first. Alright, so one more thing. The Japanese version of the game is called Bravely Default, Where the Fairies Fly. Don't know why. Again, I don't really know. All I know is that this character here, I forget her name. Sorry, she's uh a companion, I guess. Well, maybe a little more useful than Navi was in Ocarina of Time, but I don't know. I don't know. A bit suggestive, I think. Do you think? Her outfit? Can you see it? Oh, well. Anyway, let's just get to it. Let's see. Oh, careful. Don't ruin it now. Oh, and there we go. Hope I didn't scratch anything, which I know I did. Let's see. Oh, okay. Nice. But, oh. Alright. Oh, okay. Oh. Alright. Opens up like a book. Almost. There we go. Let's see. The game, the AR cards, and the soundtrack right there. I assume the art book, yeah, the art book is back here. Hold on for a second. Get everything laid out. Soundtrack actually fell out a bit when I opened it up. Let's see, 10 songs here. Overture to Hope, Land of Beginnings, Horizon of Light and Shadow, The Gongs of Battle, Sylvian Tranquility, Under a Hollow Moon, He of the Name, Windswept Day, Land of Radiant Flowers, and Ship Upon the Open Skies. Alright, cool. Ship Upon the Open Skies. I'm guessing that's the airship you get. Obviously. And the art book is okay. A bit smaller than I thought it would be. Well, considering the size of the box, I guess I shouldn't expect it much. Bravely Default Deluxe Art Book. Okay, so here are the characters. Agnes. Alright. Oh, that's nice. Picture from some of the different jobs she has. Let me see. Let me guess. I had no idea. I want to say White Mage for this one. Tiz. Okay, that's kind of an odd name, even by Final Fantasy standards. Or anime standards, period, I guess. Oh, they didn't look adorable. I don't know. I think that's cute. Just the... Oh, you know what? It reminds me a lot of Final Fantasy 3 now thinking about it. You know what? I knew the art style looked familiar. Whoever did the artwork for Final Fantasy 3, the '06 remake for DS, I think probably worked on this. Or maybe obviously, very obviously worked on this. Edea. she has the same name as Edea of Final Fantasy VIII, and I don't know, it took me forever to actually realize this. Her name isn't pronounced Ida. It's pronounced Edea. I only realized it. I've been playing Final Fantasy VIII for. I played it. How many? I played it not too long ago, actually. But whatever. Her name. This character here, Edea, has the same name as the Edea from Final Fantasy VIII, and it's just now. I'm just now realizing that. Playing the demo, like I mentioned before, when I played the demo, and I saw a name in the game, it took me that long to realize. Wait a second. Oh, damn it! I'm stupid. I've been saying Ida this entire time. Well, it's actually just pronounced Ida, and I'm being stupid again. Ida. Nope, it's Adia. Nope, there's no denying that. There's no getting past that. Oh, cool swords. Katana, she has. Again, this uses the job system, so various different jobs took it to work with. That can't be real. His name is Ring a Bell. Alright, I thought Tiz was an odd name, but that's just... No, it's a guy. Yeah, this is to be believed. It's a guy, Ring a Bell. Was that his name in the demo? It might have been his name in the demo. I don't remember. I have to go back to the demo. Ugh. Oh, that's... okay. Alright, well, fair enough. Ari, or maybe Ari, her name is, the fairy from who serves as the box art of the game. She's adorable, I guess. I remember in the demo she was pretty energetic. We're trying to help you out. Alright. Not too much to show. Well, a lot to show, really. Let's put it to the side for a second. Bravely Default AR cards. Like I said, I don't care for augmented reality. I'm not even going to open these. I'm sorry, I don't care for that much. It may ruin the unboxing, but well, considering that the box for AR cards is a little tight, so I might actually have to dig in there to get at them. I kind of want to ruin that, so let's leave that be for now. And get to the main point of this thing if I can get it out. Don't do that. I don't have to. There we go. Okay, I made it harder than it had to be. The game itself, Bravely Default. God damn it. It says the same exact thing on the back of this that does in the actual box. See, same everything too, see? Can you see? Right there. Alright, well, that's fine. Anyway, what's been getting for me to play? I've been looking for something new for my 3DS for a while. I was about to just go ahead and buy Monster Hunter 4. I think mainly because of the DLC for it. You get Mega Man and Samus costumes, but I guess that's kind of a shallow reason. But I don't know. I've been increasingly interested in Monster Hunter over a period of time. Can't wait to check this out. The demo. The soundtrack. I don't know if you're like me, but I prefer to play through the game first and familiarize myself with the songs before I start listening to the OST religiously. But like, I don't know, maybe interesting to go to the OST first, then go to the game. I don't know, maybe switch up for once. I don't know. I feel like playing the game for a while and then listening to the soundtrack, it's a better experience. I feel. You play the game for so long, you have so many memories, you remember the music, and then you listen to the OST, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember that song. I remember the battle I had during that song, that boss fight, or just exploring the world, or what have you. Great memories. Ah, shit. This thing is... I don't know if you noticed, but the box itself that everything came in is slightly... damaged. Making it worse now. Get back in. There we go. Yeah, right there. That's bothersome. Oh well. Anyway, I will come back to this. I'm preoccupied with other stuff right now. I'm still trying to complete the Pokedex in Pokemon X and Alpha Sapphire. So that's still taking time for me. I'm coming back to this though. I especially need to check this out because Bravely Default, for those of you who don't know, was a very big reason that Square decided to rethink its whole strategy of trying to release a Final Fantasy game every year, or trying to modernize the franchise in order to appeal to a wider audience, like they tried to do with Lightning Returns. From what I know, I could be wrong about this. I hope I'm not, honestly, considering this resulted from. But Square didn't have much faith, or at least they didn't expect much from Bravely Default. They just kind of put it out there and expected it to do okay. Oh, it's a classic JRPG. People won't care. Some fans will buy it. Whatever. That's what's on DS or 3DS rather. If they expected more from this, they probably would have made it at least a digital download on consoles. But Bravely Default did so well. It sold so well and did great critically. Square was actually surprised by it. They were floored by the fact that a classic JRPG in the vein of the first 5-6 games in the series did extraordinarily well with the fans and critics. It did very well sales wise. So Square actually had to take a step back. Lightning Returns didn't do so well. Restructuring for Final Fantasy 14 did them benefited them rather. And then this did hugely well. Square actually had to rethink a strategy of trying to release the Final Fantasy game every single year, or to try to take the series in a new direction in order to attract more fans to it, or try to re-attract older fans who they've ostracized with the past 4 major Final Fantasy games: 13, 13-2, Lightning Returns, and Final Fantasy 14. When I think about it, actually, Bravely Default is probably the reason they localized Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. When I think about it. Type 0 HD isn't exactly a classic JRPG. It's more of a modern JRPG. But I think Type 0 HD has not a class system, but more so like, different characters with assigned classes to them: warrior, monk, whatever. That feeling of forming your party, I think, is probably what forming your party and trekking out into the world is probably one of the reasons they decided to bring Type 0 HD overseas, because similar-ish gameplay between Bravely Default and Type 0 HD. Square knew that fans wanted Type 0, they wouldn't give it to them, and finally they released it. My rambling, I don't know if you can actually follow me in this. I'm just saying that I think Bravely Default is probably the reason they decided to release Type 0 HD overseas. As I hope it is. It's a thought. I don't know. There actually is a better collector's edition for this, which actually was the one I wanted. I think it's called the Deluxe Collector's Edition, only used in Europe, I think. I went on Amazon to find this because I wanted Bravely Default and I wanted the collector's edition, because I decided to get collector's editions or at least limited editions, whatever special edition, for any game that I buy going forward, at least for these games that I really, really want, like Bravely Default, for instance, or maybe Bloodborne, which I am going to get. The point is, there's a better collector's edition, which is like a giant box, kind of like the Kingdom Hearts 2.5 box I have over there. From what I saw, it's about that size, maybe a little smaller, but it's roughly that giant box. The reason being because it holds, I think, everything this does, and maybe a couple more things. But the major reason is because it had a couple of small figurines for, I've got names already, Agnes, and I want to say Tiz. Agnes, at least. I don't know. It had a small figurine of her, at least. I think it was Agnes and Tiz. And I wanted that, honestly. And I wasn't thinking when I looked on Amazon, I saw Bravely Default. I saw Collector's Edition, so I said, okay, fuck, I'll get that. Did not think for this entire time. I did not think about the Deluxe Collector's Edition, which I think I have to import. Even though, ironically enough, there's another guy on YouTube I'm subscribed to that watches videos, and he has the Giant Collector's Edition in the background, like kind of how I have all this in the background. And it never occurred to me, looking at that box constantly, or at least my eye was drawn to it, maybe because it's so big, maybe because it's by default, and I said this was to me that made the wrong thing. What? I don't care. Like, I guess I'll search for that John Collector's edition eventually. Well, maybe not though, because I would get it. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of space here. Not a lot of space. I don't know. Look, I'm fine with this the way it is though. I will come to this when I get the chance to. Um, I am looking forward to it. I can spend a lot of time with this. I can always see. Yeah, because I'm gonna do it more. Okay. Well, I can see a lot. I was playing this a lot. Probably just grinding, honestly. The demo seemed a little hard to me. I don't know if that's the case with the actual game. Maybe I just fucked up and went to the wrong place. Probably a little bit of both, but I'm gonna do my best with this, and I'll give you my thoughts on it later on. And I know what you think. I know what you think. Baby Default. That game came out already, didn't it? Like last year. Well, you're wrong. Actually, it came out 3 years ago. 2012 in Japan, 2013 for Europe, and 2014 for the US. And here it is, 2015, about midway through there, and I'm not getting it. I don't know. It doesn't matter. And I know what you're thinking too. I know what you're thinking. Speaking of Type Zero, um, I said I said that I was after my unboxing of Type Zero HD. I said that I was going to talk more about that and give my impressions of it, play it more, at the very least try to get to the end of it, or maybe halfway through it and give my thoughts on it. And I know you're wondering about that, but I'm afraid that I'm out of time.